What's going on, guys? Seth here for Tasty Loot Gaming, doing a Game of the Month preview. I've never done this before, and I might not do it ever again, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, our Game of the Month is Dauntless this month in October, and I want to give you a quick reminder that you can vote in this video and prior videos in October for our Game of the Month in December. It's a community pick, so all you guys gotta do is hit or type GOTM, whatever game you want. Every time I see a new game, it'll get on the list. Every time I see a game that's already been mentioned before, it will get a tally mark. Whatever gets picked the most by next month. We may do a poll, do the top 4, or maybe we'll just do it by whatever gets the most picks. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But just this month, if there's a game you want us to pick and play in December, all you got to do is type in the comments, and you can do that at any time. And this is a great time to do that. So anyway, with that, I'm going to play a quick round of Dauntless, kind of tell you a little bit about it, and I also want to give you guys a disclaimer that I in no way am pretending that I'm an expert of this game. In fact, if you listen to me talk throughout this whole episode, and you think for 1 second, Seth doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, I'll be the first one to tell you I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm merely playing this game as somebody who's checking it out and giving my impressions of it at the end of this month. I may like it, I may hate it, but this is my journey through this game this month. So I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna tell you what I've found out so far in the game, and you know, some of the stuff that I think is worth mentioning, and yeah, we'll go from there. So maybe I can get some of you people playing it. Maybe I can get some people not having to fucking play. You can just check this out and go, you know what, I was gonna download that, I was gonna play that. It doesn't look that great, so I ain't gonna fucking pick it up. So maybe I can do that for you. Maybe I can do a disservice to this game. Or give you the harsh realities of it. So, Dauntless is essentially a free-to-play on Xbox, PC, and PlayStation 4. It might be on Switch, I don't know, I haven't heard about that, but it is cross-play across all of them, which is very cool. Monster Hunter clone, in my opinion. It has a very Fortnite style to it. Looks very Fortnite to me. All the NPCs in town remind me of Fortnite characters. They're all kind of dorky and say dumb shit. And everything is very Play-Doh and cartoony looking. This is a hub, essentially. There's other players in here, and you run around and you craft things, very much like Monster Hunter. You go up to this person and you go, hey, I want to craft these fist weapons, which is what I'm using. I'm using fist weapons right now. And you look down at the bottom and it shows what you need to craft them. Very straightforward, very simple. On the right side it tells you what it's powerful against, what it's weak against, and what it's pretty much neutral. It's neutral ability towards everything. You're pretty much going to be doing 100, but you know, against lightning, you're going to be doing 180, so this is definitely really good for that. So pretty straightforward, pretty simple premise, very much like Monster Hunter. I have not had a whole lot of experience with the guns in this game, but I'm told that in this you craft individual pieces of the gun, and then as you unlock them, and then you get to put the pieces together, and that changes the way your gun works. So there's not like multiple guns, there's just different pieces to the gun. You need to make your own gun. So yeah, have not dabbled in that a whole lot. And yeah, so there's that. There's also, you know, spear weapons and swords and all sorts of shit. I might run over there and show you guys in a sec. But if you look here, here's some of the armors. They unlock as you fight new monsters, very much like Monster Hunter, and they all have their pros and cons and different styles. Now, one thing we'll definitely be talking about for Game of the Month is the design of all of these, which, without saying anything positive or negative, I'm going to say they all look like B-rated superheroes and villains to me. They all look like they're out of some kind of, like, you go into a dollar store and it's like the Revengers, and like you got all these like slightly Iron Man, Metal Man, and Beetle Man, and all sorts of shit type characters. That's what it reminds me of. So it's cool. It's got its own art style, but it's also it very much looks B-rated in my opinion. Yeah, so just like a Monster Hunter, you run around, you can hang out with people, you do shit. Not really a whole lot to do in this game outside of the hunts. And then yeah, shout out to Chris and his goat dance that he likes to do. I'll show you guys real quick if I can nail it with impeccable timing and precision. I am a master goat dancer, in my Bug Boy, hashtag Bug Boy outfit. Yeah, so let's go look real quick. That is, I think this is all cosmetic. Skins and stuff like that you can put on your character. Where's the other weapons at? See, this is where the experts are going to be like, motherfucker, you got to go over here, blah, blah, blah. Well, I found it, I believe. So yeah, we got swords, axes, hammers, dual weapons. Seems like a thing. And spears, which I've used. I've used spears and the sword so far. I have not used any of these three right here. And just like every other weapon in the game, they all have their pros and cons and different styles. So yeah, very much like Monster Hunter. One thing that differentiates this game from Monster Hunter, in my opinion, though, is lanterns. Lanterns give you almost like an ability. Now you can make these, and then they have two moves typically. If you look on the right side, it says instant grants 50 hit point shield. So that just means that you tap the button and you'll get a shield around you. If you hold the button down, it says it will disperse ether that allows you, or aether that allows the Slayer to track the behemoth. The behemoth is the monster. So yeah, it's kind of neat that you eventually, as you keep playing, get new like powers. It reminds me of an MMO. So that is one thing that differentiates this game from Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter, obviously, each weapon has its own abilities, but you know, you don't have like a special that you really build up outside of what that weapon might have to build up towards. Whereas some weapons in this game also have that. So it does differentiate. Also, as you play the game, you will get these cores. Every time you get a core, this is pretty much like a loot box almost. It breaks open, you get some random cores, they have random properties, and then you go into your loadout, and if you look on the right side of all my items on the left side, you see the picture of my armor pieces, you see my weapon piece. On the right side of those slots, you see those circles, some are blue, some are purple. If you look at those, that is those cores, or cells, that I'm getting out of those cores. So the core, I guess, is like the chest, I don't know, but the cell is the thing you're getting. And you get to put these on your armor. They're essentially modifiers. You're augmenting your armor and weapons to have properties. So the thing I have on right now is this evasion, +2 evasion cell, which increases the time you are invincible when dodging. So, you know, it seems pretty useful to me. I like dodging a lot in games. I normally prefer that over blocking. So yeah, that's kind of a cool thing as well. You get them pretty often. I got quite a bit. And you can stack them, I believe, as well. So that is pretty cool. If you look over here on the right side as well, you see a lot of my perk summary. And then at the very bottom, you see what items I have equipped. You can craft items that will heal you, give you speed boosts, give you defense boosts, give you attack boosts. You can craft all those, equip them, and use them mid-battle. They are, you know, capped though. You can only bring like 5 at a time, maybe 2 at a time. You can bring grenades, stuff like that. They have random properties. One you can throw, it explodes. Grenades go everywhere. Those explode as well, and that's pretty cool. And yeah, you see here you can craft them. And if you look at the very bottom, that's what you need to craft them. All you gotta do is hold X, and you craft the shit. So now I have that in my inventory, and I can put that on my person when I go out to battle. So that is pretty much everything. I'm sure there's a little bit extra. One thing I want to shout out is this cat girl is fucking creepy.
Oh, it's you. Talk fast. Get out there now. Go kill something freaky. Don't wait around here. You smell like behemoths. Come back later if you live. Good luck, Slayer. You'll need it. Go. Go.
See, so a lot of the stuff that they say I think is really dorky. Reminds me of like Fortnite. It has that like free-to-play cartoony feel that's supposed to be attractive to young kids and I guess older people who think that, you know, people who don't really have a whole lot to say are interesting. I don't know. But yeah, that's the thing. So I was going to show something else and I forgot. That's pretty much, I think that's fucking everything. So, yeah, so you get missions like any other game, really. Here's my main quest, here's my side quests. I have a lot of them. I'm currently working on this one that makes you have to collect blaze orbs, neutral orbs, frost orbs, shock orbs, and terror orbs. These are all elements based off of the elemental properties of behemoths, which are the monsters in the game. You have to go hunt that many Not specifically that many, but you have to hunt those specific elemental monsters to get those elemental orbs. They normally drop like 8 at a time, though, so it's not that big a deal. So eventually I will get all those, I'll collect them, and then I'll get my rewards. Pretty straightforward shit. So I'm going to go into a hunt real quick. I think pursuits... I don't remember what pursuits are. I haven't really been doing them, but I've been doing a lot of patrols. Patrols, essentially, you go and you fight a monster of these elemental properties. I don't think there's a guarantee on which one it is. If you look to the top right, you'll see the threat level, which is how difficult they are, but also you'll see what monsters you may run into. But I believe it's random. So this is where I'm not an expert at all. Right now I'm wearing my insect outfit, which is a plant-based thing, so I'm strong towards electricity. No. So, I'm strong against plant stuff, and then I have electricity on, so I believe plant people are weak to that. So we'll do one of those patrols real quick, just so you guys can see what it's like. And yeah, I'm using the fist weapons. You guys will see that in a sec. I'm really enjoying them. You're essentially boxing. It kind of reminds me of the monk in Final Fantasy XIV, which is kind of interesting. You essentially punch really fast, and you get moves as you use certain combos. As you use those combos, you'll build up a stronger and stronger move. So for instance, if you do 3 light punches, you'll unlock 2 new moves. One move is to kind of dash forward and you're punching and uppercutting. It's pretty cool looking, you'll see. And then the other one, I think, is like some kind of buff. It powers you up. If you do a second combo without doing any of those 2 moves, you'll go into the next tier of moves, and the one I believe is oh shit, I forgot. It's like a really strong punch. You like warm up and then you leap forward and punch really hard, and it's really satisfying. And then you have your third one. If you do a third combo without doing those moves and you build it up, you jump in the air and you shoot a fucking laser. You do like a Kamehameha, which I will demonstrate, all of them, which makes the combat feel less like you're just running up and punching things. There's something you're working towards, and that's pretty cool. One thing you're also going to notice in these hunts is it's not very like Monster Hunter. Here is the lobby as you're getting ready to go. Obviously there's the timer, you see that happening. If there's anything you need to do last minute, you can go into your loadout and you can change shit up, which is really nice. You see everybody else you're playing with. Some people look like fucking ninjas, some people look like it all looks the same to me, but pretty much. But yeah, you just ready up and you go. So yeah, the thing you're going to notice though is in Monster Hunter the world feels more alive. It feels more dense, lush. It's a premium game, obviously. You feel like you're hunting the monster, you're tracking it, and all that stuff. In this, it feels like Fortnite in the sense that you're placed on a floating island, very much like Fortnite Save the World edition, or whatever the fuck it's called. And you get dropped there, you run for about 5 seconds, and you find the monster. And then everybody starts fighting it. And you fight it, and you beat it, and you leave. You don't have to carve it up and get its pieces. It automatically does everything for you. So just go in, kill the fucking thing, leave. It's very straightforward, very streamlined. And yeah, I'm gonna reserve my opinions on that, but it is a factor. It's very different than Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter is absolutely more involved. There's much more to the gameplay of Monster Hunter, but I believe there is room for both things. Another thing about this game that I think differentiates it from Monster Hunter is the combat doesn't feel as precise. So like in Monster Hunter you play and you got to know your fucking weapon. You got to really understand it, and you got to think about positioning, dodging, all that kind of shit. And you have to think about that in this as well, but the combat in this is a lot more fast-paced and combo heavy, and less I feel like there's less expertise involved with a game like this that there is with Monster Hunter. So yeah, like I said, this reminds me of Fortnite quite a bit in the way that you just kind of fucking load onto this floating island. And yeah, it's limited. It's not very big. It's big enough. And then you run around and you look for the fucking dude. You got your basic jump, which is pretty snappy. You got a roll, which is pretty snappy. In this game, you have to be on it. Like when the monster's hitting you, you need to hit the roll button. Otherwise, you could get hit pretty easily. So you have to time it pretty quickly. I haven't played this in about a day. Only like one day, not very long, but still, I may be rusty, so I apologize if I don't do awesome, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm feeling slightly confident. If you look over to the bottom right, you'll see all my items equipped, my consumables. Obviously, you just use the D-pad to use that shit, and it will activate. You can obviously grab stuff like this. Someone just shot a flare. That means they found the monster. Typically, if you look at the map at the very top, it'll show you a fire symbol of where that went off at. But yeah, you grab those plants, you get enough of that stuff, you can craft items like the ones you're consuming right there. So here's the monster that we're fighting. He's highly armored. He likes to shoot his shell around and roll around and leave it, and it'll come right back to him and stuff. And yeah. Okay, so I got stuck in this thing. I don't know how to evade that. Okay, so oh no I don't. Okay, so I did all 3 of my combos. I'm gonna use my laser. Did 1600 damage, which is pretty good. If I didn't use all 3, here's number 1, which allows me to do that, or this. That move is pretty good to kind of get into battle quickly. Oh, I just had to let that guy roll right the fuck over me. Like this, and get closer pretty quickly. If I do 2 combos... Oh shit, I'm paying way too much attention to talking. Hold on 1 second. Of course he rolls back towards me. Okay, so I got my 2 combos in, so now I can do this, which hits pretty hard, 655 I believe. So yeah, there's different things to work towards with this weapon that I really enjoy. I can already tell we are really wrecking this guy because he's already hurting. So yeah, the monsters get enraged and they'll glow red like this. Sorry, I'm just kind of running around. I'm trying to think and play at the same time. And they typically will get a lot more aggressive. They'll also get some new moves or attack faster than they did before, in my experience, which is pretty cool and something to watch out for. But this is obviously going really well for us. Yeah, so I have my special, which is that lantern I have equipped that I was talking about earlier, and if I hold it, it gives me this rock move where they swirl around me and hit the enemy constantly. So he's just taking damage passively while that happens, and that will go away eventually. I'm going to try and get my combo up again, all 3 of them, and we're good. Oh, he's dead. I'm going to shoot anyway. I probably got a shit ranking, just because I was like running in the field just talking while they're doing their thing, so. S is pretty, it's fine. My whole team did S++, though that makes sense. We did in 4 minutes, very quick. And, I mean, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the whole game. You keep fighting different monsters. They're pretty cool. Some of them are pretty cool. Some of them are really ugly. And, yeah. You get to this point, you get your loot. Like I said, you don't have to run up and carve them up and get his tasty meats. You just fucking, you get the shit right there. You go beat him, you leave, and then you're done. And, yeah. Pretty straightforward. And then, yeah, you go back to town, you craft what you need, you got a monster coming up, you need to have something that's strong against their attacks, you know, get enough stuff to build up that armor to be able to do that, and, yeah, so it's essentially Monster Hunter Lite. It's Monster Hunter Lite, it's free to play, it's on everything, it's got cross-play, which is gigantic, it's huge. I've played with people on PC and on Xbox, I'm on PS4 right now. I have a clan. It's Tasty Loot Gaming. I don't know if people can try and join or not, but if you are on and you want to play with us at some point, we'll have to link up via the Epic account thing on the left side, and I can send you an invite. Our tag is TLG1 because somebody has already taken TLG, assholes, and yeah, you level up and you get cores, you get cells, you just keep moving along, beating all the monsters, and so far that's about all I know about this game. But I don't know if there's going to be a whole lot more. Oh, there's one other thing that's kind of weird. Every day there's these things that show up. These daily meditation pools collected. And there's like 10 of them in town. You run around and find them. It's kind of a neat touch. It's not something I'm like, ooh, this is amazing. But it's worth mentioning. It's kind of a cool little thing that they have. You can just come into the town. You're probably waiting for your friends to go in and fight some shit. And then, yeah, you just run around town. You look for all of them. They'll spawn on these little things. And, yeah, so... Anyway, that's Dauntless, free to play. Let me know in the comments, have you played Dauntless? Are you planning on playing it? Are you not planning on playing it? Are you like, dude, Monster Hunter's way better, I'm not fucking touching that shit? You know, I could definitely agree with you on that 100%. What's your thoughts all around? What's something that I didn't mention that I probably should have? What's some stuff I might have got wrong? Correct me in the comments. And what's some stuff I should be looking forward to? If you're a big fan of this game, yeah, fucking give me some tips. And what's your favorite weapon if you're playing this? And yeah, that's gonna do it for this Game of the Month preview. Thanks for watching, guys. Until the next episode, my name's Seth, and take it easy. Later.